welcome to my channel. Now in last week's video, I showed you how I organized all of my craft supplies. So I decided this week, I'm gonna take it a step further. I'm going to take my craft storage space and transform it into the perfect craft corner. I thought it was finally time to get rid of this bedroom as my backdrop. Not only is this the darkest room in my house, most of my videos are crafting and DIY related, so a bedroom doesn't really make sense. So I'm going to show you exactly how I transformed that space. But before we jump in, if you haven't watched last week's video, I recommend you watch that first. I'll put a card on the screen. So let's hop right in and I'll show you how I DIY'd and decorated my new craft space. First things first, I want to show you the very before, exactly what I started with before I did any of my organization or any part of this makeover. As you can see, it was a horrible, cluttered mess. Now this shot here is right after I completed my organization, and already was that a great improvement, but I thought it was time to add some DIYs to make the space extra cute. So this first DIY is more of just a hack. I couldn't find a fabric bin for my shelf in the right color, so I just bought a fat quarter of this lilac colored material. I glued down the handle of the bin so that it'd be nice and flat, and then just glued the material around the front of the fabric bin to cover it up, and now it matches my color scheme. This next one's also super easy and basically just a hack too, but if you want some pretty and cheap wall art, all you need is some scrapbook paper and a pattern you like and a nice frame. So just remove the back of the frame, trace it onto the part of the paper that you want to be showing in the frame, then just put the scrapbook paper in the frame, put the back on, and then it's all done. This next one, I really liked this idea in theory. I wanted to create a neon sign for my wall. However, this EL wire that I had purchased from the craft store just didn't light up enough so you could tell that it was a neon sign. So if you go to make this project, I recommend maybe picking a more expensive EL wire or even doubling it up. So first I just drew out what I wanted the neon sign to say on a canvas. I chose to write out Alli like my logo. Then after that, I went in with a pencil, marked the dots where the in and out points are, and then used an X-Acto knife to punch out those holes. Then taking the EL wire, starting from your last shape or your last letter, I guess, begin weaving the wire in and out of the canvas to create your shape. I also used some hot glue to hold down the loops. That was not the best idea. It didn't want to stick, so I would suggest either adding more in and out points or even using some wire to poke holes through the canvas and attach it that way, if that makes sense. But anyways, here's the finished look, and I think it was really adorable. It just didn't glow, and it kind of looked boring on my wall, so I ended up doing something else that I'm also not very happy with, but you'll see that later on. And then this next DIY, I wanted to create some really cute marbled kind of pattern paper, so I just took some watercolors and diluted them with quite a bit of water and painted them all over the page in kind of a tie-dye, marbly effect, and I went with blues, pinks, and purples to match my color scheme. Then I found these really cute holographic letters and stuck them onto the paper once that's dry, and also I spelled out the phrase DIY all day, but I'm claiming that if I ever become a famous YouTuber with merch, that's going on my merch, so nobody can take that. And the last DIY that I did was this pegboard. I bought this at the craft store. It was already made. You can easily make your own pegboard with a piece of plywood and a drill. And then I just painted on a nice little pink color blocking to add a little pop on my wall, and I think that looks really cute. So now with the DIYs done, it's time to put everything together. Here's what I'm talking about with this sign. I ended up redoing it with some black sequins. I don't think it looks as cute, but you know, it does the job for now. This banner here is based off a previous DIY I've made, and I'll put a card on the screen so you can go follow that tutorial. It even has a pattern to create this exact banner shape. Now it's time to add the finishing touches. Here's one last look at the before, and now time for the after. So here it is, the completed craft nook, and oh my gosh, I love how it turned out. It's so cute and colorful and basically everything I ever dreamed of to be my new filming setup. Now I do still kind of have some mixed feelings about this Alli canvas behind me, so you might see some changes over the coming weeks, coming months. But for right now, I think this looks pretty good and I am pretty happy with the final result. Now, doing this makeover has made me really excited to make over other parts of my apartment, and I definitely plan on filming the process again because I really enjoyed this. So if you don't want to miss those and you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and then maybe even turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss those upcoming videos. And that's all I have for you in today's video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!